So on the vendor application, does everybody agree with just changing the dates on them?
Anyone want to see that?
Nope. That's that one.
For the ones that connect to water, they pay more than the ones who don't.
These prices seem a little high, in my opinion, for like
Okay, hold on.
a vendor.
Do you say behind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that we did talk about in the very first meeting, talking about raising them or consider raising them.
So that would be something we would have to. Not.
Yeah, well, and that- actually Bev suggested too, that if, in order to, maybe to incentivize people to sign up and pay early, rather than,
An option.
to give them, what was it, $150? But people who signed up week before, after they've checked the weather, they're
Right.
200 or
Right. Right.
something like that.
Yeah. What's the deadline for them? No later than May 8th.
Yeah.
I was thinking that with the prices too.
And I don't necessarily think it needs to go through the roof, but up a
Yeah.
little bit, considering, you know, an organization tries.
Yeah, everything.
Okay, oh, that's what I was doing, because. Okay, so if you go to, Belchertown, they charge nonprofit, like the Boy Scouts and stuff, $50 for their spot. Nonprofits like,
Lions Club.
the Lions Club, stuff like that, they charge them $150.
And remember, the Lions Club made a donation, which was way over that $150.
Yeah,
So,
so that's the other way we have to look at it. Then you have, I'm just saying, this is how Belchertown does it. It's $200 for a 10 by 10 vendor space.
Vendor or food vendor?
Vendor.
Vendor, okay.
So 10 by 10 vendor space is $200. Each additional foot is $20 a foot.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
That's for the weekend?
Yes,
The weekend.
yes. And then they charge $75 for 110 volts.
Okay, did you get any info on their food vending? Like what they charged for food vendor? Because that's like really those are the people that are really making it.
Right.
We're trying to draw the people in through the weekend, so. In my opinion, those numbers just need to be a little bit.
Maybe 500 for the, yeah, I was thinking that too.
Because it draws a lot of.
Right.
so are we making decisions right now on these rates? We're throwing numbers out.
Yeah, just numbers, I think. Yeah, and then we have to go to the select board, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to pass it, so.
And if you think it's gonna hold up progress, then maybe we just say what we say and keep it this way this year and do something next year. To me, it seems as if we're looking for a lead act or something. I feel like this is kind of where we can do it.
So John, I don't know if you know this, but last year, the Charter Day weekend ran in the hole like 10 grand. So we should be looking for ways to cut cost
Right.
and increase revenue. So
It's
your idea of
Okay.
a little bit more, I think, is
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll hold a project. I think we're in good shape. We'll be good.
Then we were still,
Like you said, everything's gone up.
I'm sorry?
we were still around 12 grand for the balance in the account.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I can give it all for that.
Is that something, I should have asked Crystal, I don't know if that's something I need to like note every single time, like after every.
Yes.
it's one of the things that we. Yeah, it's just so many minutes start.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking, but then I'm like, I don't, too much.
Yeah.
So the main thing with the nonprofits is that they didn't charge nonprofits.
So we have to call contractors to get generators.
So we have one meeting.
I wasn't.
Because they're talking, I want to
I know, what is that?
Yeah.
These rules.
Hey, Randy's, can you, I know you.
Reshuffle or something.
You're talking there, we're talking here, you're talking, so I'm just trying to, I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Well, we're just discussing the part about, getting the food vendor stuff out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over and see what they charge the Belchtown one, and I'll send out an email to everybody to show them what it costs there. It's, you can go right online and look at it. And then, so this way, what does it say on here?
It's 350.
350.
Yeah, please.
Belchtown is where like the first kicking off fair season, Belchtown's like last. So that's hard. That's one thing to consider, and that's why some of us were like stuck. Because we're kick off the season and they wrap it up.
Thing is, that people are excited to come to the fair. They'll come.
Yeah, but they get less people at Belchtown and it's smaller.
Belchtown is nuts, but it's always busy there, man. It's
No, I understand that part.
It's smaller
they have a small
Yeah,
footprint, but, I mean,
definitely.
but it is chock a block full. It's every single
Park is nicer though.
they do.
We don't
Okay.
get parking.
better job.
Yeah.
It is nicer. With potential. Yeah. It's so big.
So do we need to decide on these numbers so that you can present it to the
Yeah.
board, Randy?
Granby.
Well, yeah, we have to kind of decide, so.
Why can't we decide tonight?
Huh?
Why can't we decide
I think
tonight?
it's a good idea because I think it's a time sensitive thing. Like she was saying, like these food trucks are booking right now
Yeah.
Right.
and they want to know what's ahead of them. And they
Yeah.
also know what could be in June this year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're all listening here.
Yeah, I know somebody reached out to Kim and asked her, like,
But we need to nail it. I think it's
I wanted to get
because
it on the
with this, we
calendar.
have so many things we have to do
Yeah.
a slide board and get
Alright.
it paid. And
All right, so do we want to go up on the initial fee?
350 for the weekend.
Yeah.
for a non-hookup, that's $350.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking 500 for.
All right, and this is not the food.
That's too steep.
I would say 400 for the fee.
I would love to know, like, what do those guys make? Like, what do they
It
make?
depends on how busy they are, like
Yeah.
Butcher's Barbecue, they make a lot, but they're double the size because they go sideways in a spot.
Yeah.
So they should actually be charged
Always been
double. It's usually
We get rid
a
of
fudge thing, so.
Okay.
like those speed trailers.
So this 350 here on this first page, that's going up to 400.
Yeah,
And then is that 400 gonna go to 450?
no, but it's gonna go if they want,
That's my fault.
Right. You saved it. Thank you so much.
My arms aren't mine.
Just no worries.
Do you know the,
What?
like just the number of like patrons that
Yeah, I'm good. It was, well, I was reaching for paper.
That's it.
I mean,
not just as far as just the number. As far as I'm aware.
I was thinking throughout the weekend, between Saturdays, the truck pulls,
60,000.
easy.
So you getting that, Amanda? You're, the price change?
Vote for the food vendor fee to go up to 400. So but I thought we also discussed if people wanted water, they should also have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Especially.
That was in the first meeting. I feel like that
So I
should,
say,
you know,
I would say 4 on the thing and 5 if they want the water.
5 if they want the water.
I
Okay.
think it's inappropriate because I feel like it's just showing that
We're just
Building on the
increasing
momentum.
slowly, we're really trying to kill them or anything.
Okay.
it's gonna go a long way.
But I can print these out, I have this already on my other computer, so. Once I open this email.
You need to make a motion to increase, no, you do?
Yeah, motion to increase the price on vendors, the food vendors.
Yep.
To 400 for the 12 trailers. I'd still like to see that go up a few numbers. And then 500 if they get the water hookup. Still like to see if we can get a couple more food trailers in there, because I mean, some of those food trailers are kind of bland. I mean, you can't have one that's making only drinks over here, you know, slushies and stuff, and call it a food trailer. It's not a food trailer. They're only making slushies. So, you know what I mean?
I think it's important too to capitalize on the fact that some of these people want to come here.
Yeah.
And you let them know, like we already have under contract, barbecue. And this is what they're offering.
Well, yeah.
And if so, if someone wants to bring in another one, but they're still willing to pay the organization, I
Yeah,
don't think that patrons are going to be frustrated. I
yeah,
personally think they're going to shop a line and say, "Oh, well, that line's really long. I think I'm going to go get some
Yeah.
barbecue here." But I
right.
think if people are willing to give us a little bit of something to help us keep this going, I think that's really important that we capitalize on.
But I would like to have a better selection than, like I said, you have one that does lemonade, one that does slushies. How are you considering those food trailers? They're only making drinks. That's it. So if you want to break it up, you have to have more food, and that needs more trailers. And I would like to be able to go over about the liquor license there
Yeah.
to get it in our name.
Yeah. But I mean, sticking with the food vendor, so like I mean, motioning to raise it is important.
Yes.
Possibly adding some more, especially if we can squeeze
That's the main
finale a
thing.
little bit on
Yeah.
their side, because we could even sell a few over there because there's a lot going on over there.
Well, there's plenty of space on that side
Correct.
Yeah.
to make it up. And even if we say, okay, well,
So hold on, who dictates the 12? Because here it says there's only 12 exclusive food truck vendors. Who dictates that 12?
select board.
Okay, so we would have to
go the
bring,
Select board to have it changed.
so making a
How many
motion
can you
to
even put in there?
present that to
So
the select board?
I spoke with Crystal and
Mhm.
asked her if you could move me over there and kind of give me a layout of the land, like
Yeah.
where everything is. And I'm gonna bring an app and I'm gonna get like an overhead shot and I'll
Oh,
reel
that's
off
awesome.
what we have to work with. And then we can dictate, possibly in the future saying, okay, well, this run right here is a prime spot. This will
Yeah.
dictate a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and this spot here isn't as prime, but it's still good. It's not as much money. But if we
Right.
can lay out footage, then we can kind of.
Oh, that's so
The
awesome, yeah.
footprint of the whole laid out,
Yeah, yeah,
it makes it easier.
that's great.
Um,
I know a couple of vendors have reached out to Kim already too. And I think did she send you their menu? The
yes.
menu and the pricing? Okay, I don't know if you like them or,
I just was curious.
I don't know, did you like them or they're just whatever?
Right, for note
Nutmeg,
taking.
I don't know if she's the one who sent me the nutmeg one, but nutmeg was turned down in
Yeah,
the past.
yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I think Glenn made the motion to do the two of decreases and Randy seconded the motion.
Yeah.
Nobody's being allowed to hold. They want to bring in one, that's fine.
So
Yep.
all are in favor of raising, right? I mean,
Yep.
because Amanda's trying to
Okay.
take the proper notes here.
Okay.
All right, so Glenn made motion, Randy seconded, all agreed. Beautiful, all right.
Yes.
Rock on with the vaccines.
Now, but I want to put in a request to the select board to raise the amount of food trucks we have.
Okay, now will we also be asking to raise the increase of water spots, or is that only dictated by what we have available for water spigots?
Well, there's only 5 water spigots.
Oh, I thought you said something about doing a split, I didn't know if that was
You
something.
had a
we were gonna
wide
ask.
you had a wide to the faucet and you got 2.
Well, I just didn't know if that was something we had to ask
We
them,
had to ask
she
them
had
if we can do
mentioned.
it.
So we can't sell those spots unless we get answers from the Board of Health. So I'm assuming, just to play it safe, we keep that as 5 for this year and then maybe.
Because then we have to have the board of health approve us.
Alright, do we have to approve to bring that to the select board?
And that water's coming from the pavilion, right?
Yeah, the well.
Not the well that's,
It was a spigot and the pavilion, that's the one.
that's the one, but there's another one for the carnies for their campers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Alright, so, and then do we have to make that a motion to bring that to the select board, or are we just bringing that to them to see what they say?
I make a motion.
I said that. There we go.
All in favor?
Amazing.
Just in case you.
It helps so everybody knows what's going on by doing that too. Joe, what's your last name?
Simonic.
There's a piece of paper right there.
And
If you just put your names and Yeah,
SECY.
it's just showing.
Enter C
Oh,
Y
Martin's here.
This level.
He's here.
MONIK.
Motion to bring them for a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, rope haircut.
Surgery. And it's a mother again.
Get into them.
Yeah.
He's got bad attitude all of this.
Right.
I wouldn't want to keep him. Do you need that?
No. I think we're all, I think we're ready. Oh, you guys didn't?
Fancy paper.
Oh, not the same.
Oh, no, I didn't know that there is open. That's
Oh.
just behind my
I was just gonna say, I think that, man, I think I seen your name on it.
Yeah, I put his on there too.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're good for.
We got some motions here.
I'm sure I'm gonna help you.
Hey, Martin, you should throw your email on there too, because they don't have any contact info for you for whatever reason.
Well, I'm so, like, well, I get, but I told my husband, I said, I don't know what words.
Martin, you may want to put your email address on there. They don't have any contact info. I have your stuff. They don't.
So, I know our first initial one, we had done emails and phone numbers if you wanted that.
You get the chance to get the information, let's get it. Get it all written down.
They're selling.
Yeah, it's like
$10.
whatever we can nail down, nail it down. We gotta go to the select board for things, let's get all the things. We know. It's like,
Dave, you're by yourself. You're like, Dave, just vote on Dave. It's fine. Just need to see it.
Oh my gosh. Like the first one, we logged in, we didn't really sit there, but on the board of.
I know. I'm like, oh
We
my
were like, oh my god.
I know. I just want to pick up two.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I better do than me.
Me,
Been sweating about it all day.
Yes. You have to go to.
It's not usually like, I just like being told what to do, like,
Me
being
too,
job.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's
all
what.
right, the meeting is back in order.
Sure.
Meeting is back.
Lindsay's back in the seat.
One of those.
I printed the whole proper list of terminology and everything.
We want to raise the number of food trucks because people serving only drinks aren't considered food. So.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's an opportunity for us to.
So right now it's 12. What do we want to ask the select board for?
How many are generally in that Fernelli's area?
4.
Just 4.
3 or 4, yeah. Yeah, they have the candy apple, they have the French fry one, they have.
They have a fried dough one, or is that what they
Fried
can't do?
Fried dough one.
Fried dough, the lemonade
So
stand,
they
the
can
water. Yeah, like 3 were there.
3 or 4, yeah. So if we could add 4 to our side,
Or just 4 in general.
general to us, yeah.
So looking to increase to 4?
Increase
So
to 16.
16.
Oh, 16, sorry.
And then again, once I measure that off, we'll have a better idea too, going forward, maybe for the following year. But I think this is a good start, especially if we can squeeze one out there for what he's got going on there.
And while we're going to the select board, for the amount that we're gonna charge and the number of vendors, I heard you guys talking about this vendor that snuck into the tractor pull.
Yes, we want to get one vendor to do the tractor pull.
So do we have to ask the select board for that?
Probably.
We'll put that in there that way. I assume it's gonna, because we have to go in and hand it to Kathy and have her turn around and put us on the agenda.
Mhm.
So 17 then vendors to add that one onto that side.
Well, it's 16 for
16 for
the
the
fair.
And then that
One
one.
would be
One just for the-
17 just for the truck pulls.
Okay, one.
That would be the one day they'd be there. They're gonna be there Friday or Sunday.
Right.
The truck pull. Because
They get out.
did not get last year. Or last time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would it be denied? Why did they deny it?
Because considering $5 to $10 an hour. Even though you have 2 major options between truck pull and vans, it says keep it at 5 because it's only 5 to 10.
Yeah, well.
So be ready,
I think it's worth
just
it.
be prepared to know they did deny it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to them about that, about the fact of charging $10 on Friday. Because, I mean, you look at it, you have the truck pulls, you have a band there for that, which the band, if you get the right band, they just have to draw themselves. I mean, the truck pulls alone draws people, and I just want to make sure that we're getting what we can out of trying to make it better for the town itself.
Yeah,
So if we're charging for the, I don't understand why the town wouldn't want us to get one more $350 check to help pay for this. Yeah. So
that's so weird, right? They would.
All right, so we'll put it back in. That'd be another thing we have to put on the list. Is to go up on parking for Friday, keep it the same price as Saturday, and then Sunday will only be $5 flat.
There you go, that's fine.
yeah, and I guess 350 would be too high for one night
Monday.
to charge a vendor, right?
No,
No.
truck pull.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
They'll make their money.
So parking,
Keep that
$10 Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
guess
six
so.
flags.
One that one special price for.
Oh, we have to, okay, so.
Or you can maybe consider a different way of like that one special night right by the truck pulls. If people try to keep that.
Yeah, like I said, in the future, I don't think it's an option to say premium spots versus other spots.
Well,
Definitely premium,
Yeah.
for sure. But I mean, all we're truly voting on now is just the price increases, the number of food trucks, and then this is cool to go, and we can start shipping it once we get the okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
and then we don't, sorry, just
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
trying to think, real, like, okay, so the number of food trailers, we actually need to go up to 17 so that we can put, it's only 16 on the lot, one over by the truck.
The trucks, yep.
And that's only one day, not all.
That
3
truck pull is only one day, the next morning they have oxen pulls.
But they're not there.
Yeah,
To put them on the other side, because I believe they have to fence that up.
Yeah.
Because there's like a certain buffer. Okay.
buffer zone, yeah.
So this is cool, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be, that's great.
The next one on was your vendor slide.
I changed the parking passes, on that because which they probably won't approve anyways. But $10 on parking pass, I should have put, except Sunday, which would be $5 parking pass. Yeah, see, this is where I'm talking about okay, so the, nonprofit youth groups, they actually weren't charging for them.
Right.
Nonprofit adult groups, they were not charging for.
So they weren't following this, they were just letting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Boy Scouts. I mean, to get $50 like Belchertown, let the Boy Scouts do it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Lions Club, like I mentioned, Randy, I mean, charging them $150. They gave a donation of, I think, 1,000. So,
So was that considered a sponsorship?
No, Lions Club is nonprofit.
Yeah.
That would be a $25 charge for them, that's it.
okay, yeah.
But, I mean, if they're donating, why should we charge them?
Yeah.
You know, donating to us is this.
So it's
So-
a
If they're doing-
profiting group would be like somebody who's like making something and selling.
Still, yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's really accurate.
this. Most of these things that are trailers, all their trailer tongues and hitches are removable. They slide them under their trailer. It says trailers must include trailer hitch or tongue and footage. Normally, when they bring in a trailer, they have 2 pins that they pull out and they just slide that out and slide it under or
Mhm.
behind the trailer. So
Mhm.
$75 for the electricity,
I definitely feel like that this contract can use some like tightening up. I feel like we're running down to the 11th hour of doing
Yeah.
this year, yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little much on here, like a lot going on.
Should be.
Funding down to.
I had an idea for some of the nonprofits, which might work as like kind of a payment for both of us. Is I was talking to Crystal and I asked her, like, starting at the road, like, how does the event operate? So she kind of gave me a rundown. She said, over the years, we really struggled with finding people to like park the actual cars. So we hired flaggers and we would pay them. So that was an expense to us.
Mhm.
So my thought was,
$1,000.
I don't know the number, but I'm sure it can add up. So my thought was, we ask for volunteers to take payment for the car. Okay, so you take your $5, $10, whatever it may be per car. And then that's passed off to a nonprofit organization such as the GAA or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and they park the car and they take a donation. So whatever they make for parking the car they're ecstatic about. And so in past I've used the Boy Scouts to park cars, and they do the most wonderful job.
Yeah,
These
they
guys
stay
are on
organized.
point. They're very organized, and their fathers teaching these kids so many layers to life in this one option. And at the end of the weekend, they made some money. So I really don't think that those organizations would say no. I mean, I'm not speaking for them, but I think
No.
that's an opportunity.
We can
So if they
ask.
set up a 10, then say it's their day, and we could do it in like 6-hour increments or however long the event runs. A morning shift for one, a morning shift for the afternoon. So we'd have to come up with what? 5 shifts.
Yeah,
Friday night, Saturday, 2 shifts. So that was a thought I had, so that like for them, if they wanted to set up a booth, they're already part of our program.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have to.
I thought,
And it's an opportunity to save us a little
I feel
money.
like I mentioned something like that to Crystal before, but I thought she said the kids couldn't do it or
So
something, right?
I mean,
I thought
they're
that
they're
too.
volunteering, so
That's what,
But was it,
Crystal said, do not have kids park cars. That was her.
no, was it, and it had to do with high school.
something, I forget what it
The
was.
National Honor Society, and they're gonna do, they'll be doing other things, but not parking cars.
so when you get like within, I mean, GAA.
Because I thought that too.
Like it's distribute for a few hours.
I can barely get coaches to coach to. So it's I've got some great parents. don't get me wrong,
Maybe,
but
I mean, Boy
Yeah.
Scouts.
Yeah.
I know, those guys
Yeah.
put up a.
Absolutely.
I mean, there was like 50 people.
I would
show up.
love to say
Yeah.
that we could do it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
That would be cool, right? Because like my daughter's on the girls volleyball team for Granby. They need uniforms in the worst
So-
way.
The
So
main-
Maybe a
give them,
liability
throw
issue,
some money.
but-
Well, it's also, I mean, it's so hard to get volunteers, right?
Yeah,
And if for some reason the Boy Scouts say, we didn't get enough people, and we're like, what are we gonna do?
Well, then we
Whereas-
can reach out and pay. Right. Like,
Yeah. That's why I think hiring ahead, it's organized. Think it'll look,
Skeleton times. Skeleton.
yeah.
Like that's where we told them we only needed Friday these 4 hours, and then Saturday only these prime hours, and that was it.
And then if you want to try that with the Boy Scouts or Honor Society on Sunday, that's a good day to try it.
Yeah.
Try it because they don't make a lot.
So let Carol and Lindsay, you were runners, so you had a good feel for how the parking went. Right.
Yeah.
It was chaos with a
chaos.
paid company.
Okay, so
Because you don't realize the lines you see on 202 backed up so.
now are you on the committee?
Yep.
Okay. And your name is?
Martin, La Liberty.
yeah. He put a speak sign.
You keep the volunteers, that's why they hire a company. That's the same thing.
That's, I'd love to see if you guys would find some sort of technology where it counts like license plates.
Not license plates, it's when the cars go over, it counts cars.
Or
Yeah,
if
that's-
they do road
To know how many vehicles.
That's pretty cool.
Because then
Yeah.
you could do like enter it into an Excel file or look at the calendar, and there you go, you get the exact.
It would have to be past the exit,
I've been
obviously.
I might buy a calendar, but then I realized you have cars that come in and out 3 or 4
Right.
times. But if you get something that can say count something more unique, like a license plate,
Yeah.
and you get that list, you can quickly enter it into Excel. And within 5 minutes, you get the exact.
That's cumbersome.
The most you would get is the road counter thing to get the car count.
You have one entrance, one exit.
Yeah.
and walkie-talkies.
Doesn't Belchertown have all volunteers?
Probably want to.
I mean,
Because
every,
we've done cheerleading for
every
them, and
organization has like their own spot.
I feel like we did that.
So there's
we've
like
got
one person
the
at the center
cheerleaders
school,
for-
one person's at the town hall.
Yeah.
It's like the snowmobile club,
So,
and they're
so,
they're very territorial up there. Like
Yeah, I remember that, the football
So-
and cheerleading.
so while we're on parking, can I ask you ladies a question? How do we have accountability on, like you go to the Big E's parking lots, somebody takes the money, gives a ticket, and then somebody else collects the ticket? How do we,
We just only paid.
We tried with the tickets, but once Saturday night comes,
Chaos.
it's chaos. It's, you can do it to an extent until 5 o'clock on Saturday night and 6 o'clock. Then it,
Tickets.
because the police get mad if it gets backed up.
Yeah.
They start telling you to get them cars off of 202. You have them on your case.
Stressful.
Run out of tickets
Yeah.
fast, when especially people are.
You just have to have trust in your.
do you know how many tickets you had? I mean, so we should, if we ran out of tickets, the solution to that is print more tickets for the next
We
time.
did like whole entire roll, and we tried to keep preempting everything up, but it's just when people said, hey, I need tickets. And then trying to just get it out there with a golf cart and the chaos that it is, you just out so much.
Right, but they only have a certain person at the gate. that
We had
collects
3
money.
or 4 where I was.
Well, collecting the gate, because I remember you when I came in 2023. But I'm just saying, yeah, that's,
You're probably gonna want like 3 entry lanes like into the field.
They had the field, and they
To,
had,
for the
they had,
other.
we had 3 people collecting money along the main entrance,
Mhm.
just to try to keep
they
it moving, and they pulled it.
blocked off the other entrance.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because of
Can
the
you imagine if we raised the parking price of the amount
I-
of cars there's?
I think
How much we
I
could make back?
parking
That's
is
crazy.
is a revenue, and I think
is.
there
Yeah,
needs,
that's crazy.
there needs to be accountability. We can't have
Yes.
one $10 bill in my pocket and one $10 bill in the town's
Yeah,
pocket.
Yeah,
It
right,
can't happen.
right. I mean,
So,
we did the best we could with tickets, and if they were collecting ahead of me, the people would hold the ticket up so I could let them go by.
Yeah.
Because there were so many cars, you could see it out of
Yeah.
202 every direction, the headlights.
When you're tired at the end of the night, counting the money, you just look at the torn tickets and you just like dump them in the trash because you're just so tired and you're counting the money for at least a solid 2 hours.
yeah,
Did
but you can do one ticket that you give the person, not a double ticket, a one ticket.
That's
You still gotta rip them in
that's what we did. We kind of did split them like that. But
Well, I'm just
still.
saying, because what you do is with the ticket, they put on their dash or whatever they do, but that just keeps track of how many people came in. A roll has,
But what happens when you run out of your roll and nobody gets you your next roll and you're still taking money from people?
Then there's 10 other cars.
You
that
can't
buy
just
that
stop
ticket.
everything if you don't have your roll
that's right.
on Saturday night.
Yeah, you can't do it.
You just, you do, you try.
well, I
You
understand.
try your best, and then, Nick was walking down on Kendall Street and collecting the parking on the road, and they were coming in with their tickets, so we knew to let them come.
Great idea.
Didn't
But
That-
you have to have volunteers,
Yes.
that's the biggest.
There's
thing.
nothing
We're here to
for-
help volunteer for parking on Saturday, because we know how bad it is.
What about online, like if they bought tickets in advance online? Just to save on like some car, just to save on some of the traffic.
But they would have to.
Scan
they would have to
QR
print
code
some-
and do
They
the,
would have to print something to be able to bring
Yeah.
to us to show us
that they did it, right. Have it on their phone,
I
have
don't
it,
know how to
How
do that,
can
so
we
I'm not.
accept online payments when it's been?
you know what I mean? Like they just come up and show it. I mean, ooh, you do that
And then
everywhere
how
now.
do you
So
get that ticket out to them unless they're picking it up at the door?
I think we learned from the big.
Well, that's how I just asked them.
Payments.
So what else?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Right.
only thing I'm gonna say is that we're gonna,
we do.
But
they
get you roll it in there.
They do.
Well, they also have 4 booths.
That's different, it's invested in their phone.
I think I'm gonna put
And
that
the
back.
itself for the-
But it is, that system does work.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard accepting just cash, so if they could pay online with their credit card,
The vendor.
show something with their phone, like, you
I
know.
don't see a possible
I'll just
vendor.
put that back in the pocket.
I know,
We don't know
something
if
right
that
back
could
my
be
door.
linked to the
Right.
On page 2,
Yeah.
the,
Tough.
additional parking passes, I'm just gonna put them back to 5,
Okay.
That would be awesome though.
because they're already paying for their footage and stuff like that. I don't think we should be charging them extra to park
Yeah.
if it's just an employee.
Right. So Carol and Lindsay, what I was told by the town treasurer that we can get counting machines for the cash. Did you guys have them then?
Oh
I
yeah.
got them via the bank.
I didn't count, she did. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, East Hampton Savings Bank, correct?
That's the other thing I have to do. I have to, we have to elect an assistant treasurer.
We do?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine with me.
You need an assistant because if you have an emergency or something on a day that we're open and running,
Mhm.
and the only way that that can be changed is if there's an assistant, a treasurer, to do your job of going and collecting from all the parking and stuff.
So I know you stated something about the employees. In the past before, we've charged them, but then the employee from the food truck would then come to ours and we'd reimburse them for the
Yeah.
trailer. That's what would happen before. Even if they got charged parking.
Well, no,
The vendor employees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
come,
what would
come
happen.
to the booth and they bring their tickets.
It's not
They
exactly
scan it.
written down. Said the additional one thing was upon request, I believe.
all right, so we'll just change that on there. Before we bring it over to have it built in front of the select board. Yeah, I don't know who we're gonna pick. Anybody up for assistant treasurer? Doesn't have a position?
Be like, I have to do it.
Huh? Yeah.
It can't be you, Bev, because you're,
Well, I am already planning on assisting
yeah, but it's somebody who knows all the procedures. I already met with the town treasurer and the town accountant. And I've talked to you a little bit about it, Randy. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm gonna be fine.
I love your optimistic.
Got it.
Whoever gets the treasure, I'll say you get less work each night picking up trash because you're stuck in a trailer counting money. I'll say that. So whoever wants to jump. Whoever wants to jump.
You know, that's up to. So all I'm saying is that's what that just like say if you had a family emergency or you had to go away or something like that, that's all it having this.
Well, the week before I am away. That's for sure.
Are you coming back?
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
He may not.
He's dead. We commit, we commit.
So with the health
Fine.
insurance, right?
It's like he said, you never know what's gonna come out. Yeah,
We know
so
that.
it's good to have.
Right.
Elizabeth, it's a big one.
But your wife can't actually be the assistant.
No.
This
Conflict of interest.
is the list for it.
Okay.
Well, that's not the conflict of interest, it's the fact that.
Yeah, if I have an emergency, you're gonna be.
You're gonna take them, but you're gonna be driving them.
Leave them behind.
You'll be all right.
DNR.
Okay, so.
I can fill that spot. I did just that.
I love this guy.
All right, so Randy makes a motion for Martin to be assistant.
Mark, what's your last name?
La Liberty.
Hey, you gotta go to that state.
Barbara either.
Now you're still in the second.
Jay.
I can't spell it either.
Somebody want to second that?
I second it.
All right, thank you, folks.
What's your phone number?
413-530-3016.
And I said we're gonna pay raise too over it.
Yeah.
What's your email?
So.
Last that's LA.
Sorry. LA.
Yeah, we're just gonna change home building.
At Comcast.
But Yeah, well, for the profiting groups,
Assistant treasurer.
additional parking passes is,
So yeah, you send me an email and then we can always.
Yeah, I'll.
I'm gonna put those all those as nonprofits. And
Well, there's
they're gonna
good
be
stuff that
$5.
or when it gets to other business. I've talked to Frank about it because they were talking about checking the mission once. No, you got to pay those.
Yeah.
If they're not for us.
So nonprofits are free, but they have to be at the nonprofit organization to. Put $5 on each of them that we can reimburse them when they actually come. So that way it just shows that.
That's fine. Say change the way they should.
All right, so we're doing a change, yes, to the price on the parking part.
Okay.
It's going to go back to 5 on each one of them. They can tell us how many people they're having at their, table. The nonprofit ones, actually, we're not gonna, we'll get reimbursed them their money, but the ones that are for profit, we're not reimbursing money to, for their employees. I mean. So that on that one. And the new contract I haven't been able to do up yet, so there's a couple things in there I want to change. So,
That new contract you're talking about is the one.
the 2026 season, we can't send it out until after charter days. So, yeah, we can't send out new bids until after charter day, and then we can send out the new bids, get from other shows, which one will not, never mind. There are certain companies that will not be receiving one, but that's a different story. Yeah, because I wanted to see about getting a food truck near the beer tent,
That'd be great.
so.
Is there any time sensitive contracts that need to be sent out?
Is the Legion the one who dictated the size of their tent?
No, chief of police.
Oh, man, can we butter him up to get a bigger one?
Well, what we want,
Small.
we want to try and take over the whole beer park.
Yeah, because it is, when you put all the tables in there, it is kind of tight.
Yeah, like, and you're standing around waiting for a drink.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're- Like, it was like, I felt like I couldn't move. I
Right,
don't
the
like
line
tight
right next to
spaces
the-
either,
the other
but
people sitting at the
yeah, it was
table.
horrible.
Yeah.
But you couldn't go underneath the tent with a beer.
you
were corralled
couldn't,
in a
yeah, you
little area.
couldn't
Yeah,
leave
I
that
couldn't-
area.
Right, that's right.
Yeah,
But
That-
That little
it's-
corral needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
That's the only place you can drink?
Yeah.
You couldn't go underneath the tent.
so we
Yeah.
want to try. We want to try and see if we can take that over, but make it bigger. And then, like John was stating, that, we could hire bartenders.
Yeah, servers from like a
Servers.
local establishment.
Yeah. And you have 4 of them, switch one out like every hour to change the ID checking so that they keep their tips. And we end up only paying them $100 a night.
Oh, okay.
There's a few things that we would have
Yes.
to do to get there. One, obviously, go through the town.
The
Two,
licensing.
I believe we'd have to create our own 503C. That way we could pull our own insurance policy, but I've reached out to a few insurance agents and they said, yeah, it's no problem. You guys are non-for-profit. You can do this as long as it's okay by the town. And then I reached out to like the Hatfield Bonfire. And they're basically doing the same thing we are. They're using town property. They're a not-for-profit
Yeah.
and they generate some good revenue for their not-for-profit that way. So,
Wow.
and that's exactly how they do it.
The fall one, that's their bonfire in the
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
actually.
Great things about that.
Me too, I heard that,
Awesome.
yeah.
So there's a few layers to that one.
Mhm.
Now, I do know that we need, you'll have to ask Crystal where that fire road is in there that they need the access to.
Yeah.
Because I know that back corner was always,
Yeah, I know. where
always
it
taken up by,
Oh, yeah, it's just a little, it's like
Lawnmower
half, it's
equipment
just
and
half
stuff.
of Kendall
is.
Street.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
rock. in
Right at
the
the corner of that house and. where
Yeah.
the
First house,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
It doesn't look like much, but it's there.
They move the rocks and you can
They're good.
drive.
That's why I want to see about getting more food in there. I agree, it wasn't great. I mean, the ice cream stand, really considering that food. It's ice cream.
Right.
We were trying to accomplish variety.
Oh, I understand that part. No. I'm just saying, have them just say slushies in one and say, oh, that's a food truck. Ice cream in another, oh, that's a food truck.
And then you have 3 barbecue places.
Yeah.
Or one barbecue place and everyone's at that one barbecue place.
Well, they're trying to do one of every different
Yeah, we
food,
talked
so that there
first.
was, they would
Right.
get a bigger variety. Right?
It was.
That was the theory.
Thought of it, right.
So if you could think of something different.
Yeah.
Saying something
Because then
about
they don't wanna
shirts, when do we have to
compete
have
against each other
those, like,
either.
I know we have to contact
Oh, that's
Gigi,
tough.
do we know how long
Because-
that takes
Right,
and
because then they're
stuff for
gonna
them to
the
get
money
those all
to
printed?
make
or-
orange.
They already have all of
I
our
mean, they're not
stuff.
gonna do it again.
They already have the template, they have
Sure, you know.
staff shirts if we want to order.
They probably pick 'em up as
Sell
well.
it.
This meeting
Then
that
we have to work it out, but they all have to be ordered in 12, we need, 3 different shirts, for different colors for each day. I have no clue what anybody wants for colors. I really don't care.
Bright and annoying.
What?
Bright and annoying.
Annoying?
Like a bright, like the, day glow green.
Yes. I'd like
And
a
then you got
hot
hot pink and then, some other like jazzy color.
Do neons?
Yeah.
I mean, I wear orange all day, all week long.
pink. Have some orange ones. Give
Yeah,
them
bright
a,
orange,
you know,
that's
take some
cool.
pink.
We have to have 3, it's
But it's-
better to have 3 colors.
it's good to
Different color
stand out.
for each day.
Orange, pink, green.
So
Yeah, there you go.
Why did they do that? So three different colors for each day, just to.
change it up, that's it.
Each day you're also ruining them.
Yeah.
You're getting them disgusting when you're calling out trash.
So we have, okay, so what colors?
Pink, green,
Really?
orange. Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw
nice,
hot
nice
pink
bright
in there.
pink.
Yeah. Gotta throw hot pink in there.
A real man can pull it off, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
It looks good.
Real men
Just
wear
fine.
pink.
And another one that says, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, my niece bought me.
Perfect.
So it's not a big deal. All
They'll
right, so
notice it.
All right, so noteworthy things we've got to bring to kind of just regroup a little. For the select board, we're bringing up the parking Friday, Saturday to $10. The vendor amount to 16, with the exception of one more for the truck pull day. Increase food vendor to 400. Increase food vendor with water hookup to 500. Those are things that we're bringing to the select board. I know we've made a couple of motions. Is there anything else I've missed that's noteworthy? I know Martin is now the assistant for you. Congratulations and welcome, Martin.
I'm gonna delegate everything.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and move on to the big chair there, Papa? Sit a little higher.
Is there anything that I've missed along the way that I need to add into these here minutes?
I'm just changing the parking back for the vendors.
Okay, changing parking back to.
I wasn't thinking about the vendors as paying to be there, so.
And also that Glenn is looking into running a fishing derby
Oh,
on
yes.
another day.
Not Saturday.
Possibly to April, that was,
At a,
right?
at
April,
a,
May.
at a gun club.
Early
Yes.
May.
Right.
not at the park.
So I think no matter what, I think the fishing derby should not be Saturday morning, no matter how we
No.
cut it. Just
We did pancake breakfast.
and that'll save us
Yeah,
almost $300 something just for the fish.
Yeah.
No Liberty Pass thing needed neither.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So if nothing else, that'll carve off some money for us.
Yeah.
So just so the old geezers can go catch stuff.
Did you put about raising the prices too for the vendors?
Yes.
And then they'll have to make these over, right?
I'll take it, I'll redo it tonight, I'll email it to you.
The email address that Crystal used didn't, because that's the reason.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this one-
There's 3/8, not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this one can go to, Kim too,
Okay,
if she's like the food lady.
but wait a second. Oh, yeah, that's the one, but we have to get approval first,
Right. Yep,
so
yep.
for now, we have that.
Yep.
Let's bring it up. If you put on the agenda to be able to be seen by the select board, to be able to bring up these prices and stuff. What's today, the 16th, right?
Yep.
And the next meeting's in 6 days, I don't think we'd be able to be put on the agenda.
Can probably slide us in. So Granby, there's not that much crap going on. I mean, we're not dealing with the gravel pit this week, so it should be all right.
Yeah.
A little less contentious.
True, they might.
We can try.
Try, absolutely try.
That, the check you received there.
Mhm.
Who was that one from?
Jubenville.
Oh, okay.
Good people.
It's actually Wheat and Taylor operating account is Jubenville Insurance Agency, so,
Okay,
and that is a donation.
yes.
Nice.
So while we're on money coming in and billing people, when, I talked to you about checking the mail more than once a month.
Oh, I go down there, yeah, I had, that's how I got this.
Okay,
I go
so,
down there once or two, at least once every 2 weeks, sometimes once a week.
okay.
I have to get a ride though, so you're not allowed to drive
Yeah.
doctor's orders.
Right.
Sure. So I spoke with Steve Nally, the town treasurer, and his concern is that we pay bills within 30 days
Yes.
because we have a very good credit rating. So if you get a bill, just text me. I'll come to you
All right,
and get the bill, and we'll get it paid.
all right, 'cause I know they sent in, this company here sent in a
Donation.
donation.
Do we have to note how much that was in the minutes? Do we have to note each donation?
Yes, we still need
And
to
then-
know the donation.
Note it in for the minutes, I mean? Is
No,
that
not
something
for
that
the minutes, we just need to know in,
I'm keeping a ledger.
Yeah, and so that-
Ledger of,
But Jubenville made a donation.
So then we can have their nice little logos too, like the, for the.
Yeah, basically keeping a check ledger.
Right.
I don't know how much.
Nice.
So income
Right.
and outgo. So, so the other thing I wanted to ask about, like, so when if you get a check in the mail, if it's a
Yeah, should be
donation,
getting a lot of them.
if there's checks for donations, that's an easy one. I can submit it to the treasurer, get in the treasury. His thing is like, get in as soon as possible. But if it's a big check that is not a donation, I'm not gonna submit it to the town treasurer for deposit unless there's some approval, because but as soon as you cash a check, it's like a binding contract. So,
Yeah.
Finelli sends a check for 5,000 and not 6.
Yeah,
I'm not, we need to,
yes, that's why,
so that's why Dan, but we're paying the band, so they're not going to be paying us. But any food vendors, it's like whoever the person who's organizing the food vendors is, if that's you, John, or if that's Kimberly,
Kim.
that to me would
that
be,
has to go, the check has to go to you to tell you what it's for. And it's their deposit.
and then it's approved to cash it. Like we're accepting them
Yeah.
as a vendor. Because I don't want to submit a check and then we get in
Right.
something messy.
Who knows what, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so we want to submit an upgrade of the trip, that the price up shop, the parking for Friday night. Checks just go straight to you.
Mhm.
I don't the town opens them, so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they look at it, see what it is and just put it in our mailbox.
Yeah, but if I know,
Yeah, those.
if you give me the checks, I can chase down
Yeah,
Kim. If it's from Finelli, I'm expecting,
yeah.
some kind of nod maybe
Well, I
from
gotta-
you.
I gotta call Joe to,
You're following all this, right, Martin?
He's,
and I know Crystal talked to the president of the
I'm retired.
Truck Pull Association,
So,
and he's supposed to be sending me a contract, so.
But I'm trying
Haven't
to,
gotten yet.
if everybody's running.
Well, I'm just saying,
Everybody
instead of
knows.
waiting till every meeting to.
And these that got sent back for the donations,
Cause you wanna make.
I'm just
sure
gonna go to
it
those
says that you're
places.
Paying and know what the balance is.
All right, but all time
If
storage,
they were even on the list to start with.
they have more than one place.
yeah, I'm gonna look into
They
that.
don't want you.
So, I don't know about Sparky Service.
Yeah, some of them were on the list from last year.
Because they're self, they wrote that themselves.
Some of them were on the list previously, but we had a crap ton more. So I should be getting some stuff, hopefully.
I have this one, I don't know if you wanna,
Oh, some of them
check out
updated it
his
right on it,
whatever.
okay.
I really didn't do it.
Okay.
Hey.
Like I said, I'm trying to hear back from, I messaged 5. They said trailer trash is a no.
Yeah, him and Mike were looking at it, right? Because they have friends in the band.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know we discussed raising the amounts. We discussed, but we didn't decide on giving a price break to somebody who pays early. Are we gonna do that or not? The only reason I say this, Crystal brought this up, that a lot of people, a lot of these vendors wait till a week before they check the weather. Say, no, I'm not gonna,
No,
I'm not gonna pay.
what was the last day on the vendors thing?
Maybe.
May 8th, if they don't come, if they're not in by May 8th, then yeah, they're not getting a spot.
Okay.
Because it has to like go in for a report. They have to submit some sort of.
Well,
No,
to the
that's for
town-
food, that's for food vendors, but you don't have to Board of Health for somebody selling a craft.
Right.
The craft vendors still have to, pass an inspection. You still have to, not a Board of Health inspection, they still have to pass an inspection.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
But like, because what happens is if they get electricity to that tent, if it's not grounded properly and somebody gets zapped,
Gotcha. Well,
So
yeah, no, just say that.
Wow,
yeah,
never would have thought that.
so everything has to be
Yeah.
proper and in a row, so.
So those same vendors, craft vendors is also me?
May 8th then for everyone?
What does it say on it?
It doesn't say on this one.
May 9th. I'm sorry, it would be the 8th, yes, because this is the 2024 one I'm looking at. We have the other one over here.
Yeah, 'cause
Well, that's interesting, because I just remember Crystal's comment, like,
We got them day of, like, oh, can I set up a spot? And thinking they could be on the other side of the roadway, still in premier spot. And we kind of had some like, we don't know who you are. Sorry, you
Really?
guys kind of turn around a little bit.
right.
And maybe putting it back.
$500, sure. Set up, no problem. Yeah, they have setups, those are expensive. Yeah, they have, yeah, those are expensive. I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying if you want to, it's gonna cost you $50.
Maybe we can keep the same price up until a certain date, and then if it's like last minute, we can raise it instead of giving discounts.
Right.
You know, so that it entices people.
The wait bird just,
Yeah.
the additional.
So would you send out stuff to the vendors with the new pricing? you put in there, if it's after the state,
Yep, valid till May.
you may not go in and your fee, but if you do, your fee will be
Or
higher.
increase, yep.
You're getting a wait list.
That's a good idea.
Put a raise.
So we got a price increase for that and add that in
Right.
this meeting.
For that select board meeting. So,
I need a contract.
what do you,
Contract, the vendor.
That was this one?
she has,
Both of them?
Oh, no, not the
Just the
food
food-
vendor,
that's
just
right.
the regular one. Just so we can,
see where to put that in. Take,
like a, like a $50 fee stacked on even to even the nonprofits if they wait till the last minute, but that's not our, necessarily our,
yeah,
watch the weather. But if you tack that on across the board, I don't know what's appropriate date going out prior to, so.
well, if we're saying it's gotta be in by the 8th,
I feel like then that's a good date for us all to wrap our heads around.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
not
every-
about,
all
if
of
it's in after the 8th, I mean, you can give them like a couple days to get in after the 8th. Yeah, I'm just talking about the mail. If it
Okay.
was sent out and,
If it's postmarked.
yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
if it's postmarked
Yeah.
to us by the 8th, that's one thing. After the 8th, no, you're paying extra. If you come day of, you're paying double.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean,
Free
it's
topics for
penalty.
everybody. Absolutely, of course.
Because it adds a little bit more
Yeah,
work for everybody.
yeah. Because then we have to try and figure out where to squeeze them in.
And then they stress, oh, I have to get it in by the state or I'm gonna pay for a double.
So is this something that we have to bring to the select
Yeah.
board? Okay, so, we're bringing an increase.
Oh, you give me one.
You do have a copy of each one, Amanda?
Yep, but you know.
Didn't you have that
Thank
one
you.
you were asking out? Oh, what is this one? I gotta give.
No, not increase, bring.
These are all just the rules and stuff.
Oh.
So you think about $50 fee after, what is it?
May 8th.
May 8th. Appropriate.
I personally feel it's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But that should go up each week to where it doubles that if you come in day of.
So it's May, it's like 4 weeks out.
Yes.
So
I
the
think so, right?
following week would be the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
The following after that would be the 22nd. The following would be the 29th. So that'd give you 4 weeks, and if you went up $50 a week, give you $200 extra, right?
Yeah.
Just have to add in the contract and see if they'll allow us.
Yeah, does it say, does it also say in here that it's not?
No.
Yeah, but if you don't bring it, you don't know what they're gonna tell you. And they have to understand we're trying to get with the times of money. These are old money times.
Yeah.
So, so you have to add somewhere in there that, you know.
That's not incredible.
And I don't know, it could say it, right? I just.
I didn't see it. I looked through it.
And then, a $50 price increase. Every week. I don't know. Yes, good.
Alright, so, yeah, the house. Spreadsheet. This is theirs. We part of one hand. So.
Just sent you the form.
Yeah, right, yeah. And all this is the copy of the original, I just changed. Oh, wait, so this is by the 14th,
And there's
2025, 5/14/2025.
okay. Now he's got a whole procedure how to do it. If it ends up needing to do it, I'm gonna keep one set of books. But every time. Which one is stated?
Yeah, so,
I'll send you a copy.
Yeah.
In case. I haven't seen it.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
easy.
This Excel spreadsheet, you have Excel?
I,
Okay. Yeah, I can send it to you as a PDF.
yeah.
But
It's the
check
vendor,
deposits,
Riggs P is non-refundable right there.
explain.
So it's cancellation.
That's the balance.
There's my,
One is four. And then the data submitted into the.
That might just be the food vendor, no?
Once
Yeah.
they submit the
Yes, we just gotta.
Put that, we need to put that in there, that's all.
Yep.
So,
And then can we word it as like, $50 fee to those vendors who sign up after May 8th and an additional $50 per week leading up to the event?
Mm-hmm. Like out there. What are you looking for, Randy? Huh? Oh, you're.
so this.
So as far as the things that we've talked about, I feel like we've kind of went over most everything on here. Was there anything else that we wanted to add to that, or did we want to also plan our next meeting date? What we want to talk about at that one? Just so then that way when I call the meeting, I have an idea as to what to put on the board. Look a little more informative than the last.
You're doing great. Yeah.
Oh, Kathy, she's really getting to know me there
She's
down
fun,
in
huh?
the town, honey.
You're super nice.
Yeah, for the last meeting that you were at, can you give me a copy of those meeting minutes?
Yes, I have those.
So just text you, so you might know.
Wait, when was the next select board meeting?
Huh?
Was the next select board meeting?
The next one?
6 days.
Oh, yeah, 6 days, the 22nd.
22nd, it's gonna be a Wednesday.
We're gonna go in and talk to Kat to see about getting put on the agenda for what we'd like to do,
Mm-hmm.
have it voted on.
You get to do that, right? That's your job to talk to those fine folks.
It's only a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just ask.
Yeah, I really,
But,
the only thing I
Kathy's
know is
great.
Crystal.
Okay.
So,
Kathy,
And
Yeah,
Well, I don't mind. I'll go there to the tomorrow and talk to Kathy and try to get put on the agenda.
Okay.
For our next meeting.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I wanna make sure I put,
Go to Kathy and present,
6 days, 22nd, Wednesday.
present the next meeting, just so all these changes need to be made to stock.
No, yeah, Wednesday is the 22nd.
And that's
So
the select board
that'll get
meeting,
done
right?
tonight.
And then tomorrow, you'll have to go because Monday's a holiday.
Or noon.
All right. Is it on Wednesdays that they meet?
I think.
I don't know.
Select board Mondays.
No,
And
the
it must be
22nd
6 days.
meeting this.
Well, then that definitely
That's
can be
left
this
there.
Monday then, because that'd be one and 13. They are meeting on the 22nd.
That's what Crystal told me.
Yeah, because Monday is Martin Luther King Day.
Select board
So
agenda.
that's 6 days here.
We said the most reasonable is just of the holiday Monday.
Yeah.
No. Switch all these.
I just was curious, is there anything time sensitive we need to send out, like, or get contracts in, or like, I know the truck pulls is something that we need to.
The truck pulls, I have to wait
Okay.
until they send me the contract.
Okay, and then the other big ticket item is fireworks. Do we have to do anything? Like, who has those already?
No, I thought we had, didn't we have to figure out what size package we wanted, or was that already set for this year? We had to figure out for future years.
You know, I thought we were gonna have that all. That was still kind of up in the air if we were gonna bother to have them this year.
So
That's
to
what I
remind
do.
people, for some folks that weren't here, for years we spent $6,000, and then it was up to 1 year because
Somebody else
Like,
about-
don't-
$12,000 it went up
to 9.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
To 9, so I think the most we should do is 6. I think we gotta, like, we went in the whole 10 grand last year.
Right.
We have
Yeah.
12 grand starting this year before any money, so
Right.
if things repeat themselves, even though we're increasing our revenue,
Right.
Yeah.
all it takes is one rainy day.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not
Sure,
sure
it's
if
pretty
that
jinxed on
contract
this.
is that also a non-refundable
I don't know.
payment? So,
But
'cause I know we
from
don't
from
have.
the people I know that do it, they usually have it as non-refundable because they can turn around and cover them with tarps and run them the following day.
Right, but in our case,
Uh,
we don't have that option.
Right, it'd be like the follow-on day, be like, yeah, to be announced, you know, be a random Wednesday. We
So I-
do things.
So maybe Randy, if we could have this be a topic of discussion at the meeting, about, how we're gonna look at it, maybe we can find out more information.
Yeah, address fireworks for next meeting.
yeah, because I'll call a couple different places.
Because if like Crystal said, one of the things you can do is say you have a budget, you can go in and actually pick.
Yeah.
We'll have 10 of these, 3 of these.
Okay, oh yeah?
You can,
Okay.
you can cherry pick it. But it may be if we buy a kit,
Right.
that we can have it be canceled and,
Right.
lose part of our money,
Right,
not all of it.
Yeah.
right.
I don't know, just,
So these I'm gonna go over and change
Mhm.
and see what they say about it. But I'm gonna put in there
Bye, Bev.
one for the truck.
All right, so fireworks, we'll talk about next meeting, we'll figure that out. What are the contracts are pending? You said your Phillies, whatever, you got that taken care of. Vendors, food vendors.
Well, I'll be having a work.
On the
What
dance.
was the price on the porta potties? Do you remember that? My husband was trying to get some better
Yeah, I
pricing.
don't remember the price itself.
Okay.
I was,
That's scary.
Crystal's supposed to meet with me to give me files that she has on a separate hard drive. So I brought my laptop to kind of just download the files. And then I'll transfer them to another hard drive.
Okay,
But
Also, like, what are our requirements on them? How many?
Right, yeah, that's what it's.
Oh, it's 12. I know that she said it was 12 porta potties. 2 have to be moved over to the truck pulls.
Mhm.
I have to call, somebody has to call the Department of Public Works to have them bring the, bleachers down. Yes. But we have to get in touch with the police department and fire department to get spotlights.
Is this all stuff we're doing next meeting? Am I supposed to be right about that?
We can assign duties and everything.
Okay, so,
Do we set a date? I didn't hear that.
No, I was just looking at my phone. Uh,
what about, where's everybody at on February the 13th?
What I was gonna suggest.
Yep.
Oh,
Flowers.
It's good.
Well, I was gonna be away.
I might be in South Carolina.
Well, I thought they were trying to aim for it to go down.
We don't need you.
It's here for the trash.
Right.
Hey, actually, I do. I got kids that are like.
I can do the following week, cause it,
No, I might not.
It seems that this being a Thursday night, and then if the select board meets on a Tuesday, it gives you like no time to get your stuff together.
Yeah, well, that'd be the following Tuesday, Monday would be the time. So that would be the 17th, it's the first.
That's President's Day. They're probably not meeting that day.
Oh, so they'd probably have it on the 19th.
So we have time.
Says town employees don't work on those days. Hey, don't hate, appreciate.
Mhm.
So do you want to say the 13th? What do you want to do? How you want to
well,
play?
Bev and I won't be here. You guys, if you can have a meeting without me, I mean, I can take care of bills and stuff in between meetings.
Yeah, I don't know is the town hall open on Valentine's Day?
Yes.
It should be, yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah, it is.
That's a hallmark.
Yeah.
That's all.
Commercialized.
So, yeah, so as long as we can have the stuff in the next day to have them try and get us on the agenda for their meeting,
Mhm.
that's our main concern.
We could move it to the 6th if that makes it easier and gives you enough time to collect yourself. Like we can chat, it gives yourself time to collect yourself.
It's like 3 weeks from now, so.
I'm good with that.
And then that way you and Bev.
Well,
will
Monday
meet.
the 6th is the same night as their meeting, the select board.
Oh, I'm in
Thursday.
February.
February.
Oh.
Thursday the 6th.
Sorry,
February the
yeah, I
6th.
was sorry, I forgot my calendar closed and I reopened it. Okay, so February 6th.
Okay.
That works. February.
7 o'clock sounds still good?
Good. We may eventually have to do a favorite venue, but for now, this seems to work.
Where will we move to?
I have no idea. Legion. Just kidding.
Yeah, as long as they give us cheers.
You
Too
know,
much distraction.
Yeah, we could, I mean, it doesn't matter to me where we go, it's just,
But if we start to pick up some more people, it's just going to get kind of tight. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
so.
I totally missed all of what we're talking about next meeting. I'm sorry.
So,
It doesn't just help. The upstairs being renovated at the Legion, so I don't think,
Oh, it is. Oh,
they're doing the kitchen and stuff, so I don't know how they'll.
Gotcha.
And then before we're trying to do the old library, but we
Yeah.
didn't get the town person to open it.
Right.
Yeah, she tried hard not to have to come and open it for us.
Maybe we can do the school, like in the cafeteria.
She made it sound like it was going to be a very extreme inconvenience.
Maybe in the school.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? The janitor's there till I think 9.
There's basketball party, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's all the sporting events still.
Yeah, because kids are they're not now.
Over the
Yeah.
parking lot, we're like, all right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Right.
So if this is available, I think.
Okay, that's fine. So we start to get bigger than we get. But for now,
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're having a lot more people, I mean, great to have this many.
they can sit on my lap. It's fine.
All right. So for next meeting, again, I apologize. I was sending you your email and not paying attention. We're
Fireworks,
talking about fireworks.
porta potties.
Porta potties, yeah.
Who's gonna decide? Who's gonna reach out to the DPW to move bleachers, spotlights?
D.
Because the spotlights come from
Fire department.
police department and fire department.
Sheriff's Department.
Oh, and sheriffs. Yeah, I know, Chris was telling me whatever, but she didn't, she just said police department, fire department, and then somebody else, but we were up there, the first meeting was a lot of time.
Right, it was. Okay.
Okay, so anything else with those?
Personally, I would like to have more organization on the parking.
Yeah.
I know,
Readdress
I don't
parking.
want
Yeah.
anybody to run out of tickets, and
It's gotta be a better way, right?
yeah, I mean, I just think there needs to be accountability on the cash.
Last year,
Yep.
when we were looking into this, I tried, there's a gentleman in town who owned a parking company, and, so we were in talks about maybe getting a couple of those people to come volunteer. So I'll reach out again, see if that's
Yeah.
still an option.
Well, that'd be great, because I almost certain, I thought Crystal said it was about like $1,000 last year. So that would,
Yeah, I'm not
be
sure.
a savings if that is the case.
I mean, that, seems like that's the hardest part about pulling everything off is having the manpower,
Mhm.
Yeah.
weekend of, as opposed to just
Mm.
this group.
Right, right.
It's not enough, that's for sure.
No, you need more people pulling on the universals for sure. All right, so 6.
And then kind of just then again, we'll be kind of re-going over the contracts, finalizing
Yeah, because
contracts
I'm
and such.
Go and get those printed out tonight with the changes on them, and then
You're gonna try to talk to the select board, so we'll know by then.
yes, I'm gonna, well, try to get in to see Kathy tomorrow. I have, let's get my INR done, at 10. I have to be there before noon, because it closes at noon on Friday.
So,
In that,
you
in
might
that,
wanna just call, because I know usually it's like 72 hours, I thought they gotta post it, if you wanna get it. 48. Monday's the holiday, Wednesday's the meeting.
Yeah, so if I get it, if you get in tomorrow before a certain time, drop off the new contracts and stuff, and what we're requesting.
with the stuff that Crystal gave you, in there, and I thought maybe she told us, I apologize, I don't remember. Was there an outline of when we were supposed to have like what done by what time, like what month, like week, month, like how far out, how close?
I still haven't got you.
Not that part yet.
I think it's.
Okay, because I really thought she said that there was something like that, but
Well,
it
Well,
wasn't.
it was what,
It's all the hard drive.
setting out, getting the money,
Huh?
the sponsors.
Yeah.
Because we're behind on that. That was.
Well, that part I remember
Yeah,
was
we got a
definitely
bunch of
key, but I also just, I don't want to think that's the only thing we're behind on and then be like, oh shit, sorry. Like we're like behind on like these other things that we didn't even know were there.
Those all went out because we got it out by the first. Because of the, the businesses have to close out that year, and a lot of them want them ahead.
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks. You guys
Which,
discuss golf
from
carts.
being on the meeting, there wasn't really.
They have
more
golf
meetings,
carts.
right?
You had the rental.
Meetings
Right,
Once a
yes.
once a month, and then.
That's
then
true.
there's Twice a month, once you start.
In March, it starts off at twice a month.
It's like every week.
Yeah, so
Like,
March
those
is,
hit-
March and April, she said it's twice a month.
Yeah.
May was every week up until the Charter Day.
Okay. And then within that is, well, maybe you might know with having, been on, within that, is there like, by this time, this is where we should be discussing or where we should be at with, the vendors and,
I would say you're probably like a little bit behind on the food vendors. Because now we're kind of starting to get like some in, but then February you'll get some more in.
Mhm.
And then after you get the food done, then you go down to the regular vendors and the nonprofits and.
Well, the regular vendors, you can put up a thing on on the Facebook page, so that way they know that we're accepting the applications for the food vendors. Just email or message you for what it is. We just wanna fix some, parking stuff on that one. And the food vendor, we just want.
We want us to put something on the Facebook page,
Yeah.
like food vendors.
Yeah,
Once that gets once that gets approved,
Yeah.
it should be
Yeah.
like, keep
We're
like
advanced.
plugging that like weekly, cause that will draw a lot of interest.
Yeah, I'll be a nuisance with it for sure.
Yeah, sharing it and like.
I'm good at that.
The vendor part is big too, so
Yeah.
just having vendors,
Yeah,
so.
Who does their Facebook?
me and Kim.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
You guys were able to sort out the password stuff with Crystal?
Yes, Kim got that figured out.
Facebook is who sees the Facebook.
Yeah,
That was the biggest thing, is like, how do you build that interaction straight from the beginning and like now where people see it.
oh, I'll put it on everything. Good News Granby site.
Yeah.
If I didn't look at the town calendar, we wouldn't have been here, because we wouldn't have known.
Okay, yeah.
And that's also other points where you can then share, like, oh, our next one's February 6th, the next one's this.
Hmm.
Yes, to that.
Okay,
Right. As soon as I see it, I share it to GAA and I start pushing out our stuff. So
yeah.
It's just,
But you have to see.
it's just having.
I just, when I kept,
Yeah.
Interaction
and I kept looking every morning, and I saw it finally today, yesterday.
I see your stuff on GAA. I just
But
seen
I
something.
Yeah.
But the little kids, I don't have a little kid, but I was like,
yeah, no, yeah.
I was gonna say, I see it.
So you're gonna put, are you gonna put it on the Facebook also when we're meeting?
Yeah, so I
Besides,
see it like last everywhere.
Yeah, it's been going out, yeah.
Yeah.
February 6th, 7th.
And that's
Here,
why it has to be held.
we're gonna do here, right? We're gonna keep it here?
Venue.
So I'm gonna make a motion. We adjourn the meeting for today.
You actually can't.
Yeah.
A second.
Are moving it more to.
Motion, meeting is adjourned.
We can use the
44.
Yeah.
Yeah. And